Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Sabbath Talk. Hear me, y'all. I'm going to talk a little bit today about, I guess I really didn't give it no title, but I'm going to talk a little bit about, some people are chosen to have special tasks on this earth. And I guess you would say they're the chosen. And I'm going to use this story to bring some understanding about, how a lot of believers or what have you, you were chosen a path before you was here, and how the Most High can show you, you know, through the example of the story. I don't want to let the kid out the bag, but through you for mankind, and and mainly it's an insight for men, like what types of a person you should have. If you're gonna choose a woman, and we're gonna show you what happened, what happens when you don't choose the right person. So, in a nutshell, it's hard to, because I'm gonna be going back and forth through different things, and it's hard to really put all this in perspective because I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I got some notes, and I'm gonna go be going. I got plenty of notes. I'm gonna be going. I figured out how to make it all work, but that's for the Most High to do it. And I'm just go into it. But from a fellow's perspective, these are some characteristics when you choose a mate, and also women. What type of woman are you? Are you the right woman for a person? Because you can't be yoked with anybody at the end of the day, especially you people that have a chosen path. Okay, so I'm gonna start this, I guess, in the book of Judges. I'll start at the 14th chapter. I jump right into it. I'm gonna jump right into it. So y'all give me just a second, and we gonna get into it. Okay, so we're in the book of Judges, chapter 14 and 1. It says, "And Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines." Now see, this is kind of already kind of letting you know kind of where I'm going with it. The Philistines were a different people. They were of the sons of Ham. They come from out of the three sons that survived the flood with Noah. You had Shem, which is the bloodline that the Israelites come from, and also some of the like people from like today they would be in Saudi Arabia, I guess. Some of the what we would say the more Islamic side, and through Ishmael, okay, and then you had the Hamitic sons, which would be the dark skinned races of Africa. Then you had Japheth, okay. They were of, like the Egyptians, they were of Ham. The Philistines were of Ham. It wasn't of the seed of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a practice that you you kind of see today with multi races and things of that nature. It wasn't like that. And his parents knew his situation. They knew his upbringing. They knew what he was coming to do, because in the book of Judges, the 13th chapter. But I'm starting here at the just, and I'm gonna come back to it because I'm gonna talk about being of the circumcision and not being of the circumcision. So they were considered of not the circumcision. And I'm gonna explain that in Genesis in just a little bit. So, but they weren't of the right seed. Okay, Samson was a person that had a call, that had a calling to do. The angel of the Most High had already visited his mother and father. They knew this. He came. She had to do special preparations uh, to have this child, to honor the covenant that was given unto the angel, or the malak, as we say in Hebrew. Um, she had to go through a process, and just like all of the firstborn, according to the Torah, according to the law, you had to dedicate your oldest child to your oldest son to, for instance, to the priest, and they did a special blessing, and that child is dedicated to the Creator. You know, my I remember my grandfather doing that for me. So, after hearing, because I heard him, he's 100 years old, he's still alive, and he he told me he's still alive, kicking, and I want y'all to pray for him that he has strength to be here and just to keep giving the gospel. You know what I'm saying? He's a bishop. You know what I'm saying? Over 100+ years old, y'all hanging in there. So, soldier, strong man. So, the daughters, they were kind of not looked upon that you should go outside of the tribes, right? This is a Philistine, what we would say an uncircumcised person. Matter of fact, let's go down. Genesis 17, because I need to explain as I go, because I don't want to lose nobody. Genesis 17 and 10. Matter of fact, we go 9, because we need to know who's talking here. And Elohim, Genesis, Bereshit, in Hebrew chapter 17, verse 9, reads, and Elohim said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. Right? This is my covenant which ye will keep. Now I want you to see how many times he's going to make this clear, that the Most High is going to make this clear. Between me and ye and you and thy seed after thee, every man child you shall be circumcised. And he's going to make this very clear. Ye shall be circumcised. You and every child after you. At the time, Abraham wasn't circumcised. Okay? He wasn't circumcised. And he was a very old man at the time. 11. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old, so if you have a child, because Ishmael, I think he was 13 when he got circumcised. Abraham was still he was an old man at the time. He was an old man. So he's saying you and your children. If you have a child, on the 8th day, he got to be circumcised. Okay, and he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generation. He that is born in the house or bought for money of any stranger, which is not thy seed. So, this trips me out how modern day time we have people try to separate. Well, see, I'm Christian. That's for the Jews to do. When all over the Bible, they were told to do the same thing. This, it wasn't meant for man to have all these different denominations, all these people to use our Bible and have umpteen thousand and then we make it socially acceptable now. Well, that's what I get from it. You know what? Let it say it. It was very clear here. Abraham, I want you and your child, the children you're gonna have, and the people that work for you, meaning whoever they were. You know what I'm saying? Whether they was non Gentile, or Gentile or non Gentile. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna have to get cut. In other words, every male, period, are gonna have to get cut. Now, how we get 1,000 different? Well, he sort of said what he really said was, it just don't. You know what? We, what's the confusion about that? What's the confusion about this covenant? Why do we need all these different denominations to? And it's saying, and it's very clear. What that is a trick of the devil. That's what that is. You know, and it's a loophole to try to get out of this. Okay, it's very clear here. When you have a child that's 8 years old, don't matter who it is, whether you bought a slave, doesn't matter. You went down there and bought a Gentile and he worked for you. He got to get cut, baby. You know what I'm saying? 13. Because a stranger, let me go ahead and show you. A stranger here is, if you bought it for money, let's go to the stranger. I'm clicking on the Hebrew. Okay, grandson, child, female. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. I have 2 entries here. Uh-oh. See? Now look at the word stranger here in Hebrew. Nakhar. Nakhar is the word in Hebrew. Okay, foreign, alien. Okay. It just means somebody that's not from where you're from. You know what I'm saying? In other words, a Gentile. Okay. He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought for money, he's saying it again. He's reminding it again. He that is in thy house, and he that is bought with money, must needs be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. So he the reminder, he said it in 12, he coming back in 13 to see it. Why do we need so many denominations? Well, that ain't what he said, what he felt. You know what? That's man thinking he's smart enough to outdo the Most High. That's we. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. If you're not with Israel, if you're not understanding this from the Israelite perspective, he didn't make a different laws for the Christian. Now I know we got something with Paul where Paul, dealt with this topic, but Paul wasn't taking you. Paul couldn't. And he was not replacing circumcision where you don't have to in a renewed testament. The Most High said this right here, and it means, you know what? I know it's taught, but that's man, and I'm gonna have to teach that subject. What Shaul or Paul really was saying. This is a physical covenant, and it is a such thing as a spiritual thing too, covenant. But this is flat out what it says. You know what I'm saying? 15. And Elohim said unto Abraham, as far as Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just showing you, he made this right here very clear. Trying to see, I'm going to jump down here to 23. And Abraham took Ishmael his son and all that were born in his house. So we done dropped down, and now it's the action. He heard what's said, and now this is the action. And Abraham, let's go to 22. Let's go to the scripture above it. And he left off talking with him and Elohim went up from Abraham. And Abraham took Ishmael his son. Notice he didn't waste no time. He didn't have to think about it. Well, I don't know, because really, from a perspective of a man, it's a real sensitive area down there. That, and you got to know that that's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because Abraham was 90 years old. He done had that thing like uncircumcised a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I knew a guy in the military. He was like in his 30s, and he, hadn't had that. And I remember visiting him in the hospital. And when I say, I'm not trying to make this funny because it's really not funny, but I look at life in humor first a lot of times if I can. But I remember the brother, we went to visit him in the room. Them bad boys had him on his back, and they had like a tent over the middle part covering his groin area. They had him like a tent, like a teepee. You know what I'm saying? Over that thing, man. That boy was like cloth. Like us men, when you wear your underwear, touch your shaft or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't hurt, but if you freshly circumcised, the cloth that touched that joker would make him holler. If fabric can touch your situation, you would holler. So that had to be painful. And I'm gonna show you another thing dealing with the circumcision that happened. So that was a painful thing. You had to know that pain was coming. He didn't waste no time. It says Abraham took Ishmael, his son, which was already like 13, and all that were born in his house, and all that were brought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskin in the same day, meaning at the same day the Most High time. He didn't prolong nothing. He ain't sit there and think, man, that's gonna hurt. Ooh, boy, Most High, you know my heart. He didn't come with none of that weak stuff we come with. My heart, Most High. Oh, man, my genitalia. I gotta do what? Yeah. I know, I kind of laughed, but I seen how my man was looking, man, in the hospital with that TP, but that was a lot of pain. And I'm gonna show you another situation where them boys got circumcised that were non-Israelites, because to be a part of this covenant, and you a male that he gave unto Abraham, and because everybody want to claim the covenant and want to be a part of the covenant, well, guess what? You have to do something physically. Now, I was a baby when it happened for me, so I didn't have to deal with that like that. But I understand, it's a little different for me. But I seen the pain. And I'm gonna go touch that issue, what happened when you later dealing with that versus when you young. As Elohim said unto him. So it says Abraham was 90 years old. 90 years old and 9. So he was 99 when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. Now you done had that bad boy 99 years. So this is the word. Move. Okay. To circumcise, let oneself be circumcised. Be cut off. Okay. That's what it means, yeah. To cut the foreskin off. Alright. Of the shaft. And Ishmael, his son, was 13 years old, which when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. In that self same day was Abraham circumcised, and Ishmael his son. and all the men of the house born in the house brought with money of the stranger, which is a legal alien or a stranger. What we call illegal, we say illegal alien, but an alien, a foreign person from a country, whom circumcised with him. But nine times out of 10, now we done clean that word up. We call it immigrants. Well, like we was immigrants coming from the coast of Africa. They don't call us immigrants. They said slaves. You understand what I'm saying? Modern day time now, they say immigrants. What's going on at the border south of us? They call them immigrants. A lot nicer term. But so that same day, the same day that the Most High told Abraham ain't waste no time. Just I can see him come down. Look here, Jack. Now I talked to the Most High. Y'all, that work for me. Men gather around. What I want to tell you is I just talked to the Most High. We gonna have to get circumcised. I can see the men standing up there looking like, you know what I'm saying? Looking like, oh, circumcised. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, circumcised. You want to work here. But the men did it. You know what I'm saying? Right? The men did it. I'm clicking on the word circumcised. That's just me. Okay, I did that already. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back up here. Back to 13, where he say, "He that is born in thy house," so meaning your child is still saying you. Okay, let me see something. Age 45. I think I'm gonna worry about that later. Because I'm going to come back to this circumcised thing. Okay, I'll just come back to that. Now, this was a covenant. The people that were under the covenant, this was a 100% 100% thing that the Israelites had to do, requirement that they had to do, period. Okay, other nations didn't get down like this. This was mainly what Israel done. So, Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines, a non-Israelite person. And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines, and the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore get her unto me to wife. And it says, then his father and his mother said unto him, is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said unto his father, get her for me, for she pleases me well. So the parents is like, hey man, he come in there and say, hey man, okay, he sees this woman of African lineage. And I don't want people to take me all out the way. Moses married an African, Zipporah. You know what I'm saying? So what would be called an Ethiopian today, Ethiopian woman, Zipporah. So I'm gonna get that straight. So, but it was favored to marry your own. You know what I'm saying in this story, because I'm gonna go back to it. He was a chosen seed, and he was chosen, and many of us are chosen people. Some of us, I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna say many, because it's not a lot. Maybe if you do it over the whole world, but not a lot. You know what I'm saying? As far as that's concerned. And his father said, "Hey man, you can't find nobody or your people, man. How you gotta find this Philistine?" But he's saying, "Hey man, she pleased me well, And if you take that in modern day time, basically Samson was in love at first sight, or lust at first sight. First of all, we gonna first law say that he went down there and seen the PYT, pretty young thing. You know what I'm saying? He was in lust. Fellas, you got to watch your eyes before you develop a relationship, because it can get you in trouble, and everybody shouldn't be linked up with everybody. Straight up. And it says, and he says unto his father, get her for me, for it pleases me well. And it's like he's saying right now, she's right in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he's saying. Okay, and I'm reading a little notes here. It says, love at first sight is a powerful but dangerous thing. It is entirely possible for us to fall in love with someone that we have no business falling in love with, which was exactly the case of Samson here. As well, love at first sight feels wonderful, but doesn't last in its initial form forever. We can attract more than the feeling of love itself. We can be attracted more to the feeling of love itself than the person we focus upon, which we really don't know at first sight. Like I say, the ideal of being in love, that feeling, that special place, you know what I'm saying? We in love with that, but we think we in love with the person. And a lot of times you don't want to have an unbeliever. Let's see, I get that. I get that. What's it, 2 Corinthians? See, a lot of times you don't want to be. It just makes things. It is. Let's just go right here. It says, "Be not equally yoked." This is 2 Corinthians 6:14. "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communication have light with darkness?" See, that's what I'm saying. You can't be with no witch, and you from the blessed seed. You know what I'm saying? You from the blessed people, or chosen person. You can't be with just anybody. Your path is different than most common people that are walking around here. But Samson's dad did what was honorable. When he told him, he said, "Hey man, you can't get nobody from your you can't, because now I'm gonna go into the law. This is the law. This is Deuteronomy 7:3. Neither shall thou make marriages with them." Okay. Matter of fact, let's look at the Gentiles. Let's go to 2. And it says, "And when the Lord thy God shall deliver thee from uh, them before thee, thou shalt smite them," meaning the enemy, "and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, show no mercy unto them." Okay? Because Israel was used as the physical thing in this realm to get rid of an evil people. This is how the Most High used them as an instrument. And I'm going to show you, Samson was used as an instrument. The Most High have ways he can teach. Just like he punished us believers for going away, he definitely punished the non-believers, the people that want to be disobedient. He have a way of getting rid of them too with evil. He can put evil upon a person through he can facilitate it, just like it's done with Satan. Most High can allow Satan to bust you up. You know what I'm saying? take his covering off you and teach you a lesson. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may go serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. So he's saying, hey man, don't go making no covenant. Oh man, my bad. I skipped the whole verse. So he said, make no covenant with them. I'm going to 3 now. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shall not be given unto his son, nor his daughter thou shalt take, thou nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. So he's saying, hey man, don't you give your daughter to some uncircumcised people, to some unbelievers, to some people outside of your tribe. Okay, very clear here. You make covenant with them, and it says, and mainly, you can't be with an unbeliever, like the scripture just said in 2 Corinthians 6:14, or unbeliever with a believer. You can't have that. And this is, and that's in the renewed testament. That's a later understanding on it that makes it clear. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that, period. So and he wanted them. He said, because these women that you marry or have your son, I want you to remember Solomon or Suleiman. I want you to remember Solomon. He started building and erecting temple to them different wives. That's what got him in trouble. And it happened just like the Most High say, for they will turn thy son from following me. Remember that happened. They'll take you off the course. You understand what I'm saying? When you are on a special course. I'm going to show you that Samson was on a special course. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't got to that yet because I'm just dealing with showing you what's going on, why it was frowned upon. I'm going to show you some common mistakes here shortly, because the first mistake is he going off love at first sight. She's pleasing in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's a wrong mistake. What he should have been looking at is like, hey man, I got to do what my father told, because the father told him, say, hey man, he reminded him, hey man, you can't find nothing for your own people. I'm going to go back to it. But it says right there in verse 3, make no marriages with them, because they're going to make you serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High going to come against you. Most High said, I'm going to show you this. But thus shall ye deal with them. And it's saying you can make trade with them. You could be cool with them to a degree, but hey, you got to have separation. Ye shall destroy. I'm sorry. You could be, because it was times that, okay, when the Israelites had to go into Egypt, and there's a time they had to deal with that. Remember, that time. But this is a time. It's sometime the Most High say, no, destroy these people. So this is a time where he's saying destroy these people and their way of life. I kind of got that backwards, so scratch what I said before. It says, but thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images, cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. This is a people with a chosen path. And I'm going to drop down to the 8th verse. But because the Lord loved you, and because he have kept the oath which he made sworn to your fathers, like I showed you Abraham in Genesis 17, he's talking to Moshe here, or Moses, which came later, and now he's reminding him of the covenant of being circumcised and the different things that they had to do. And we still do it today. It ain't nothing. Just like if you talking to somebody in this time, you still gonna honor those things. It said, but because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath he has sworn unto your fathers, have the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of the bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Now, now it says, now therefore the Lord thy God, he is God. So therefore the Most High thy Elohim, he is Elohim, the faithful God, which keeping covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandment to 1,000 generations. Okay, the ones that keep the commandments, he love you. You know what? You honor Passover, you honor the feast days, you honor the dietary laws, you honor the laws of the statutes of the Most High, and you're doing that, the Most High love you. Let's look on the opposite side. And it says, thou shalt, it says, okay, verse 10, and repair them that hate him to their face, the ones that don't do the commandments. To destroy them, he will not be slack to them that hated him. He will repay them to his face. Now somebody can physically say, see, I don't hate the Most High. You see what I'm saying? It's not in my heart, you know. But if you don't want to, how you gonna say you love the Most High and you don't keep the commandments? Let's go to the 10 commandments. We finna get that because I'm gonna explore this hate. I'm gonna show you how you can hate the Most High. It's the 10 commandments. Exodus or Shemot in Hebrew chapter 20 verse 1, it says, and Yah spake all these commandments, saying, I am Yah thy Elohim that brought thee out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no gods before me. That's the first commandment. Thou shalt not make it to thee a graven image. That's the second commandment. Now let's look at this 8. Do you know how many millions of people are going to worship on the first day instead of the Sabbath day and keep it holy? They violating this right here. They violating this right here. They do. They can do all the commandments except for one, because they want to follow Constantine. Because ain't no biblical scripture to change that. Sunday is not the Sabbath day. Okay, show you how a lot of people are tricked. Okay, now, but I'm gonna jump back to 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or the likeness of anything that is in heaven above, that is in the earth beneath, that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity, visiting the sins, in other words, of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. Okay, this is what's called a generational curse. Because of, you see how he can go back 3 or 4 generations? You know, every family got their family curses, they say. Some got alcohol, some of them young men do wild things in jail, some families got incest, some families got a little everything. You know, this is a generational curse. Until somebody stand and apologize for that and be the leader of that family and change that, break that curse goes on. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you hate the Most High, by not keeping the commandments. You can say all day with your mouth, you know, you love the Most High, but it's what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's what you do. It's what you do. A verse is coming to mind. I don't know how I'm going to break this thing down. A whole lot of classes, because I ain't going to get to it all. John, with the red letter up there. Now this Yeshua HaMashiach. Let's look what he said in St. John 14:21. He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. Keeping the commandment. That's how you show love. It doesn't show love with your mouth. When the Most High know my heart. You show it by being disciplined and honorable. You fast, you pray, you do the things that you're supposed to do, and you observe what he told you to do or not to do, and you do them. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him, and I will manifest myself to him. Now, how you gonna how you and he didn't teach no different lesson. Let's see. 23, 14 and 23. Yeshua answered and said unto them, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and will come unto him and make abode with him. In other words, be with the person. And he that loveth me not, keep it not my sayings, and the word which he that loveth me not keep it not my sayings, and the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which have sent me. These things have I said. So he's basically telling you the difference between, this is how you show love. You keep my word and sayings. You know what I'm saying? Which the Father, he said, I'm not bringing this to you. This coming from my Father. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he's saying there. So let's go back to 14. We had Judges 14. So he said, get me this woman, for she pleases me well. He's saying right there, I'm sprung. Feel like that T-Pain. I'm sprung. You got me. Got him, bro. Mm-hmm. So he designed, but his daddy told him, and he reminded him of Deuteronomy. Hey man, you shouldn't be making covenant with these people. Okay, these unsigned four. But his father and his mother knew. But his father and his mother knew not that. What do you say? But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Most High that he sought an occasion against the Philistines. For at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel. Now, the Most High still used this situation. See, what his parents didn't know, Samson was going to be an instrument at busting these Philistines up. You see, they didn't know that, but they knew he was of the blessed seed, because we're going to go back to 13 chapter and show that. But he didn't know that the Most High still can use this as occasion. And I'm going to show you, you can have a special purpose on this earth. You can be a chosen person and still sin. I'm going to show you that. Because he was a chosen person. Definitely a chosen person. And his parents knew that. I'm going to show you in a little bit. Most High willing. Then went Samson down and his father and his mother to Timnah, and came into the vineyards of Timnah, and behold, a young lion Okay. Then went Samson down, and his father and his mother to Timnah, and came to the vineyards of Timnah, and behold, a young lion reared against him, and the spirit of the Most High came mightily upon him, and he rent him, and he would have as he would have rent a kid, meaning a small goat, and he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father and his mother what he had done. So right after he left and talked to them, and he told them to go to Timnah to get this woman to wife. Okay, a lion tried to attack him when he was on his way to Timnah, and he just basically took the lion and tore him apart. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what happened. And he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. So, in other words, you know what? He was So, just trying to keep up with my notes. Okay. So it said he pleased him well, right? This does not mean she's a good woman for Samson to be attracted to or marry. It is possible to fall in love with someone who is actually very wrong for us. Okay, let me show you in the book of Proverbs something real quick. Proverbs 4, because it can actually happen. Proverbs 4 and 23. It says to keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. We're supposed to guard our hearts. We're not supposed to give our hearts to anybody if we are a chosen special seed. We're not just made for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Period. And he should have guarded his heart, but he was so busy looking. She probably had the badonk and everything going. Probably had the pretty skin and popping hair. Probably had the bamboo earrings, baby hair with bodies built to sway. You know what I'm saying? It's the LL. Y'all know about that. Some of y'all do. But anyway, he probably was like, ooh. That boy probably got all, put them chains on, put them rings on. Boy probably had that watch. Boy probably hit that mode. He saw it, you know what I'm saying? Boy probably did that pocket until he went to Timna. On the way, he see a line. God, bust that line up out there. That line like he grab that joker by his parts and just bust him up, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show you where the downfall started. The downfall started because he couldn't see his way out that situation. Wrong woman from him. And he ain't got no business. I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna show you where he messed up. Then I'm gonna show you how he was special. You know, his purpose. So let me see. Back to Judges. And he basically busted up. She pleased him well. And after a time, he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion. And behold, there was a swarm of bees of honey in the carcass of the lion. This is Satan right here. Satan working right here. Now you got a dead lion now on his way back from talking with her, but before that he went out there and pushed that lion up, tore him apart, and talked to old girl. Boom, 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 boom. On his way back to the house, you know what I'm saying? He look over there and see it's a whole lot of honey, a whole lot of bees done lodged themselves in the carcass, carcass of the lion. Not a good thing, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to eat, but he must see the devil knew how to tempt. You know, he probably had that sweet tooth. He probably liked that honey, boy. He probably was like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Devil always put what you like. He know how to put the right man in your life. For your female, you got this man. You got the wide shoulder, big old arms. You know what I'm saying? You walk around macho man. You know what I'm saying? Wide shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And he probably ain't no good for you, but Most High know how to physically give you that, and he'll be nice in the beginning. You know, he probably tip his hat. He probably bow to you, tip his hat in the beginning till you get to know you. You know, and they show you signs here and there, but it's like once we locked in this love thing, we and don't know what we really are attracted to is the love part of it, the feeling of being in love. We're not in love with a person. But anyway, that boy seen some honey in the carcass, and it says, and he took therefore his hands and went on eating. So he stuck his hand in there and ate some of it. And he came to his father and his mother and he gave to them, and he did eat. And he told them not of where he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion. So he didn't tell his mama. His mom and dad. He just came. He got something for himself and gave him to his people. Now, this is why he's sin. Now, some of y'all be like, how could that be a sin? Okay, I'm gonna go to the book of Numbers. Well, first of all, let me go to 13. I'm gonna drop back to 13th chapter. This is Judges chapter 13. Now, 13 and 1. And it says, and the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Philistines for 40 years. So prior to this is why they were under oppression of the Philistines. So when we don't do right, we don't go break them family curses. We don't go break them curses against us. This bad thinking, we'll be yoked with somebody and they'll give you pure hell. You understand what I'm saying? They will give you pure hell. They will not see you for the child or the creator that you are. They will not understand you. You know what? Because they can't. They wasn't even chosen to be with you. We'll get plan B instead of plan A. Plan A is who the Father wants for us. Plan B is whether he looks pleasing to my eyes if you're a female, or she looks pleasing to my eyes as a man. When you are unequally yoked. An unbeliever shouldn't be with a believer. Now, in this case, it's where you already there and you can try to work that out. But bottom line, if you can't see that this woman is a believer and believe in the Creator, and she don't observe the things you do as a man, you probably need to you probably need to get somebody that will. But he was a Nazarite anyway. But I'm gonna go explain it. And 2. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was, I don't want to jack nobody's name up. Turn this down a little bit. I don't want to jack the man's name because this thing will say it loud.
Strong's H 4495. Manoach.
So Manoah. So his name was Manoah, Samson's daddy. Okay. There was a certain man of Zorah of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah. His wife was barren and bare not, and the angel of the Most High appeared upon the woman and said unto her, Behold, now thou art barren, and thou bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. Now therefore beware, I pray, and drink not wine. This was when the angel of the Most High spoke to her. He told her, pray, make sure you pray. So you better be a praying woman, and drink not wine nor strong drink. So drink not no wine or liquor. Okay, I want to have to show some of these Christians. Okay, wine is wine. Okay, you see black grapes, root wine, fermented. Okay, so drink not no wine or strong drink. See, a strong drink, intoxicating drink, fermented or intoxicating liquor. Okay, they did drink liquor, alcoholic liquor. You seen the definition of intensely alcoholic liquor? So some moonshine or something like that, baby. She couldn't drink no moonshine. This was a part of the covenant that she's gonna make with them. So she had to do special preparation. Now anybody else could have, as long as they done it in moderation, could have drunk a little Moscato or had a little moonshine or whatever. Straight up. Because I myself was not a stranger to some moonshine. If I come on with a cold, I'm going to drink me 1 or 2 shots of it. That don't make me no sinner. All right? Straight up. All right? I'm just showing you. Because that will make everything release and come out. Trust me. So, but drinking it every weekend and every day, no, it's not the case. Okay? But it don't make no person no sinner. But in some churches, they don't even tell you that. I just showing you this fruitful thought. If it's going to be a problem with you, then you shouldn't drink it at all. And eat nor any unclean thing. So she couldn't eat any unclean thing. It was a special requirement. And it says, for thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come upon his head. So he couldn't get the type of fade with the clipper. Couldn't get no type of fade. Actually, he had to just grow his hair. For the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb. And he shall begin. I think John had a Nazarite. St. John. I think he was a Nazarite from birth also. They never put a razor on a beard or what's called their whole life. Okay. From the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel. See, the Most High made Samson for the purpose of delivering Israel from the Philistine. That was the purpose. He was a chosen person to do a specific job. You are a chosen person to do a specific job. A chosen person. Okay, we need to quit making company with people that, I'm gonna put it like this. In the Bible, the Most High say there are watchers, which there are angels that watch us. You understand what I'm saying? Or malak, or however you want to put it in Hebrew. That they watch us. But do you know Satan have his own meaning? It's them fallen angels and them spirits, them demons from ages ago. They control some people too. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a difference between everybody here was originally has the breath from the Creator. They are a child of the Creator, but people choose different fathers. It's just like the righteous are gonna keep the sayings like Yeshua, or some of y'all know what Jesus said, and then there's gonna be some that don't. That the Most High say that hate me. Okay, when you go into the book of John, he was dealing with the Pharisees, John the 9th chapter, and they were saying that Yeshua said, "Why y'all seeking to kill me?" And they were saying, "We be Abraham's seed." He said, "If you be Abraham's seed, you would have loved me, but you seek to kill me." And then he told them, when they was being as long as they was agreeing to keep the terms of the Creator, he was saying that the Most High was their father. But when he saw that they was not going to keep the sayings, he said, "Yes, your father, the devil." Let me get there. Because you can't be no believer linked with no devil. I guess I'll show it. It's going to be a long situation, but it is what it is. The book of John. Is it 7? Let me see. Yeah, it's John. Let's see. Let me see. Book of John. Is it 14? No. Man. Is it 8? Yeah, here we go. John chapter 8. Thank the Father for giving me clarification. St. John chapter 8. And I start at verse 36. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. And I know that ye are Abraham's seed. Now, Yeshua is saying, he acknowledges them right now because they are seeming to be obedient, but they showing that they may not be. It says, "But ye seek to kill me because my word have no place in you. I speak that which I have seen with my father, and ye do that which he seen with your father. So Yeshua is saying that I speak what I seen with my father that's on high. He's saying you speak of the things you've seen your father do. They answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Yeshua said unto them, if ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. See, Abraham ain't waste no time. He went down there and got cut. You see what I'm saying? But ye now seek to kill me, a man that have told you the truth, which I have heard of Elohim, which I have heard of God. This did not Adam. So he's saying, didn't Abraham say this did not Abraham? Didn't he tell you this? Ye do the seeds of your father. Then he said unto them, he said, ye do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even God. Yeshua said unto them, if God were your Father, ye would love me, for I proceed forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but he that sent me. So he's giving credit. He said, the Father sent me. If you love God, you would love me. He said, I proceeded forth and came from God to come down here and talk to you. Neither I came of myself. He said, I didn't tell myself to come down. He told me. Okay. He said, why do ye not understand my speech, even because ye cannot hear my word? Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. See, some people, you came down here to tell the truth. You had a special mission that you was chosen to do on this earth. Now, some type of way we get around this, like I say, the Most High got watchers, and they're here to protect us. And, Satan, or Shaitan, he has some too. He know how to put them people in your life to be a sword to you. See, he knew how to put, you can't press a big button and smile, that girl is poison. Samson down there in Timna, walking around, chest all swole up, and big old arms and stuff, like gold chain, dookie ropes on. You know what I'm saying? He'd see this girl, man. She poison. He ain't listen to Bill DeVoe. You know what I'm saying? That boy is sprung. You know what I'm saying? Chose the wrong one. But before he was born, his mother had to do these things. She had to make preparation. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't have no strong drink, all these things, and she did that and under that. Thus he was able to do and have the spirit of the Creator. And the woman came and told her husband, saying, a man of God came unto me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of God. Very terrible. You know what I'm saying? He probably scared her a little bit. But I asked him not hence he was, neither told me he his name. But he said unto me, behold, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and now drink no wine, nor strong drink, no wine, no alcohol, neither eating anything unclean, for the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb to the day of his death. And Manasseh entreated the Most High and said, O Lord, let the man of God which thou sendest come again unto us and teach us what we shall do unto the child that shall be born. And Elohim hearkened to the voice of Manasseh, and the angel of God came again unto the woman, and she sat in the field But Manah, her husband, was not was not with her. And the woman made haste and ran and showed her husband and said unto him, Behold, a man that appeared unto me that came unto me the other day. And Manah rose and went after his wife and came to the man and said unto him, Art thou the man that speaketh unto the woman? And he said, I am. You didn't heard that term before. And Manah said, Not now let thy words come to pass. How shall we order the child, and how shall we do unto him? And the angel of the Most High said unto Manah, Of all that I said unto the woman, let her beware. So he said, be careful. She may not eat anything, be anything that cometh out of the vine, neither let her drink wine, nor strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. All that I commanded her to observe. And Manah said unto the angel of the Lord, I pray thee, let us detain thee until we shall have made ready a kid for thee. It was gonna feed him or whatever. And the angel of the Most High said unto Manah, Though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread. And if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer it unto the Lord. For Manah knew not that was he an angel of the Most High. So they thought they were talking to a man, but in actuality, they were talking to an angel. And he just told them, hey man, if you're going to do an offering, offer it to the Most High. And Manah said unto the angel of the Lord, What is thy name, that when thy sins come to pass, we can do thee honor? And the angel of the Lord said unto them, Why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is secret? And Manah took a kid with a meat offering and offered it upon the rock unto the Most High. And the angel did wondrously, and Manah and his wife looked on. For it came to pass that when the flame went up toward heaven from off the altar, that the angel of the Lord ascended into the flame of the altar. And Manah and his wife looked on it and fell on their faces to the ground. But the angel of the Lord did no more appear to Manah and his wife. Then Manah knew that this was an angel of the Lord. And Manah said unto his wife, We shall surely die, because we have seen God. They getting scared because you ain't supposed to see certain things in this realm. But anyway, but his wife said unto him, If the Lord were pleased to kill us, he would not have received the burnt offering and the meat offering at our hands, neither he have showed us all these things, neither would as this time we would have told us such things. He's saying he was gonna kill us. He would have already killed us. And the woman bore a son and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move at him in the camp of Dan, between Zorah and Eshtaol. So he was named Samson. Let me turn this down. That be super loud.
Strong's H 8123. Shimshon.
So Shimshon in the Hebrew, that boy Shimshon up there, Samson. Okay, now. Let me get one more over here. And so he was a Nazarite. Remember I told y'all he was a Nazarite. I'm gonna show y'all in the law what is a Nazarite. So Numbers is what I want, chapter 6. Because as long as they will honor this covenant, the presence of the Most High will always be upon his head, So this is the law of the Nazarite. Numbers chapter 6, verse 1. And the Lord shall... let me turn this up. And it says, and the Lord spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when either a man or a woman shall separate themselves to a vow, to the vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Most High. So whether you're a man or a woman, you decide to do this Nazarene covenant. This is what you got to do. He shall. Hold on. He shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink. Neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eaten moist grapes or dried. So you can't have any grapes. You can't eat no moist, liquor. No liquor or whatever. All the days of his separation he shall eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of the vow of his separation there shall be no razor come upon his head, until the days be fulfilled, in which he hath separated himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy, and he shall let the locks of hair of his head grow. You talking about those little Shirley Temple locks like people over there nowadays got. We talking about locks like you see, the brothers, if we want to say, you know what I'm saying, show you, but y'all people that wake up, it be stuff right there, signs right there. All the days that he separated himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body. So that I know you can't touch a dead body. He shall not make himself unclean for his father or his mother or his brother or for his sister when they die, because the consecration of God is upon his head. All the days of his separation he is holy unto the Lord. So he can't go and touch nothing. And you can just keep reading. If y'all want to do this Nazarene thing, man or woman, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? So, we have that. So we're going to go back to the book of Judges, chapter 14. I ain't going to get nowhere near this. Boy, I can't even I'm 3 verses down. Look how much this ain't going to work. I'm going to have to make this into a series. But, case in point, his mother, the Most High, facilitated him to bring them out of the captivity. Samson was the chosen seed to bring them out of the captivity of the Philistines. That was his purpose. Okay. His mother went through procedure to have him here. You know what? He couldn't drink no strong wine. He couldn't drink grapes. He couldn't drink no liquor. He couldn't touch a dead body. Now, he done killed the lion. Okay, he probably, told the lion that was it. Really, really wrong. When he was wrong, when he come back and he took the honey out of now that's when he vowed. That was the first, little sin part right up in there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even know if they told him that he had that. You know what I'm saying? He is a Nazarene curse. You know what I'm saying? And he went down, okay. So he took the honey out of the carcass, verse 9. So his father, Judges 14:9, he took the honey out of that. So his father went down unto the woman, and Samson made there a feast for so used to young men to do. So basically he had the bachelor party, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I had the bachelor party getting ready, man. Boy, I had it. Samson they was having a good time up there and everything. And now And it came to pass when they saw him that they brought 30 companions to be with him. So they brought 30 men to be with him, right? 30 Philistines. These boys cool with the wrong people. And it says, and Samson said unto them, I will now put forth a riddle unto you. If he can certainly declare it uh, within 7 days of the feast and find it out, then I will give you 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. But it can't. But if you cannot declare it to me, then shall ye give me 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. And they said unto him, Put forth thy riddle, that we may hear it. So Samson made a challenge. Hey man, I want 30 pieces of fabric and I want 30 outfits, man. Samson wanted to come down. That boy wanted that Versace, man. Why I had it. Samson was like, hey man, I need me. I'm gonna bet y'all boys. If y'all can tell me this riddle, then I'm gonna have to give y'all the Versace. But if not, y'all have to give me the Versace. You know what I'm saying? And the riddle was, and he said unto them, out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness, and they could not in 3 days, expound the riddle. So this was the riddle. Out of the eater came the meat. Okay, so he was talking about the lion that he tore apart, and out of the strong, meaning the lion, came forth sweetness. Remember, the honey was in the lion when he came back through, and them boys couldn't get that. And it came past on the 7th day that they said unto Samson's wife, Entice thy husband, that he may declare unto us the riddle, lest we burn thee and thy father's house with fire. Have ye called us to take that we have? It is not so. So the men came unto his wife. Hey man, we're gonna burn your father's house down. You and your father's house down. Your house and your father's house down. If you don't go and entice your husband. First of all, if you have a man of God and you're the wife of the man of God, or if you're gonna be the wife of a man of the Creator, you know what? She should have told her husband what was going on. You know what I'm saying? When they first told her this, she should have told her husband. First of all, it says, for a man to leave his mother and his father and cleave to his own wife. You understand what I'm saying? She had a duty right then to say something. But see, this is how it is nowadays. Like even nowadays, all this social media type, people trying to look cute for everybody else but for their husband or their wife. You know what I'm saying? That's nowadays. Look at me, I'm coming down on these boys, man. First thing they want to do, grab one of them phones or the fish lips. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of females do the little fish lip with the phone. Instead of, your beauty is mainly for the man you choose in your life. It's not to be for everybody. But nowadays everything done for everybody. You know what I'm saying? She should have told him then. It wouldn't have been a problem in that situation if she'd have told him then. See, we want to try to manipulate and do things our way. And it's going to fall bad. It's going to fall down bad. Because this is going to be, first of all, the situation was behind the 8 ball. Because they shouldn't have been, they were unequally yoked. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, and Samson's wife wept before him and said, Thou doest but hate me, and lovest me not. Thou hast put forth a riddle unto the children of my people, and hast not told it to me. And he said unto her, Behold, I have not told it to my father or my mother, and shall I tell thee? So he said, I ain't tell my mom and dad that I came upon this line and tore him up. Then I went and talked to you. Then on the way back home, that same line I killed had some honey in it. You know what I'm saying? He said, I ain't even tell my mother and father. And he said, why should I tell you? Now, see, she done put on this act. She over here crying and she being deceptive right then and there. See, this is what's gonna feed and grow in that marriage. This is a cancer that is starting small. It's a small tumor, but it's gonna get bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get bigger because people not handling their business. And she wept before him 7 days. So 7 days he had to sit up there and hear this mess. And she wept before him 7 days while their feast lasted. And it came to pass on the 7th day he told her, probably the morning before. You know what I'm saying? Before he saw them. Because she lay sore upon him. Meaning she's sitting up here crying, sad and stuff. She told the riddle to the children of her people. So he done told her, he told her, on the 7th day that he told her because she lay sore upon him. So she got tired he got tired of just seeing her, crying and moping and stuff. And it says, and the men of the city said unto him on the 7th day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, if ye have not plowed with my heifer, ye had not found out my riddle. So that's a way of putting it right there. That's a way of putting it right there. That boy, they done told him the answer to it, and he said unto them, if ye have not plowed with my heifer, ye have not found out my riddle. Oh man. He said, you went with my old lady. He said, I know you done told you. So now he mad. And the Spirit of God came upon him, and he went down to Ashelon, and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoil, and gave the change of garments unto them which expounded the riddle, and his anger was kindled. And he came up to his father's house, but Samson's wife was given into the hands of his companion, whom he had used as his friend. Now, when she told them before the sun went down on that day, before it became a new day, they done got down. He said, well, why have you plowed the field with my heifer? In other words, you went to my wife and she done told you. You know what I'm saying? And now Samson married, but Samson, all on the back end, Samson is used as an instrument to bust them Philistines up. You understand what I'm saying? Because the Most High was bringing Israel back. You know what I'm saying? And he went down there, and while he went down there, her father, Samson's wife, father, grabbed her and gave her to his best friend. You see what I'm saying? Now, his best friend is now with his ex-wife, because when he was pissed off, after he realized what had happened, and that she told you know what I'm saying? From a man's point of view, he looking at like, I can't trust you. I love you, but I can't trust you. It's wrong as hell. And he was mad. They take the Spirit of the Most High came, and he went down to Ashkelon, and man, he whooped some people to death. You know what I'm saying? He put them ox knuckles on some people, and their lips was probably bust up. Man, they say he killed all 30 of them. The ones that participated in the bet, he went and ran all of them down there. And see, I know it must not have been too smart of some people, cause I'm gonna tell you just like this. First time he hit the first two, Samson must can run real fast, cause he would have had to chase me. I'm tell you right now, I was known I could catch flight. I was a fast joker. If I'd have looked around that corner like that, and I'd have seen Samson knock out a couple people, oh, I'm gone. I'm gone. I left garments, everything. I've been a whole nother city, man. But he stayed there and whooped them people to death. And while he was doing that, um, Samson's father-in-law came and got his wife and gave him, because he was looking at it like he gonna kill her if and this is a great place to stop. I'm gonna stop it here and try to continue on. But the signs of what was showed here is she was letting other people in to a private situation. That should have been business. And men, as men, we don't like when the stuff goes on in our home to be going and talked about, well, strangers that are outside the house. That lets us know. Because I'm gonna show you the deception. Because he not only did this one time, Samson, not only one time, but he chose twice two bad people. You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't get his eye off of what he shouldn't have. You understand what I'm saying? He had an eye for that, and those things were the thing that took him down. You can have all that strength and be taken down. That's why people say power of a woman is very powerful, because you can look back at different stories and stuff, and you can see that it was some massive and great things happen to while women have took men down because they chose the wrong person. And a good trait is, you know what? They was in the ear of that woman. She didn't have a relationship where she could have told him. She was looking at the situation. First of all, he's strong enough to knock a lion out. First of all, when he told you the answer that he tore a lion in half, you think you should have you think you could have just said it to him then, like, hey man, these boys wanted me, told me what they were gonna do. They was gonna burn this house down and my father's house. Well, if you can tear a lion in half, you sure enough can bust up some mere men walking around. But she didn't believe in this. She's a believer. She don't have no. She's not. She's an unbeliever. She don't have no faith, and she can't be linked up to you. Whether you're a man or a woman, if you're a woman, you're a true Proverbs 31 woman. You don't have no business with some sucker duck. Period. You giving yourself, selling yourself cheap. You wasn't made to be on this earth with some foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? Like I say, just like the Most High got watchers to watch us and facilitate and help us through this life. You know what I'm saying? With our angels on Malak, like the Malak came down to Samson's wife, and Samson's mother, and told her what to do to make special, bless her because she was barren, and to help her situation. And not only that she was barren, to give her a child, but to give her such a honorable position of a child. You know what I'm saying? To bless us tremendously. She honored that. At the end of the day, when some people have that calling, and you cannot link yourself and be unequally yoked with some sucker. You a Proverbs 31 woman. You dealing with some man. All he is a parasite. You understand what I'm saying? It can't work. And vice versa. You looking at the woman for the pure beauty of it all, the booty of it all, but at the same time, this woman is causing you to get gray before your time and get you bust up. There's plenty of people that die, and I watch these shows like on ID channel. These spouses have these husbands killed for insurance money. They never loved the person, period. You know what I'm saying? Be not equally yoked with an unbeliever. You have a calling, you have a purpose. If you're watching me, I know you got a purpose. Because there ain't nobody sitting up here watching, trying to have a relationship with the Creator, and to know how to be a better person if you wasn't here. Because the world is doing all kind of stuff. The world is looking for the next laugh, all kind of foolishness you can be doing. You understand what I'm saying? But out of all the billions of people and all the times of your life that you sit for a few minutes and watch this, well, I ain't gonna say a few minutes, it's a long video, but to watch this video and to get the word, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show you this is one more time because his wife ended up being with his best man. Now that had to hurt. This man was walking around hurt, and you're gonna see hurt play out way more in the next chapter. But he had the consecration of God. I'm letting you know, just because you had the consecration of God don't mean you can not make a mistake. You understand what I'm saying? And it's gonna be some mistakes here because he didn't go with what that law said. That law said, this woman will steer you off course. And she's wicked, and I'm gonna go forth and show you some more signs how you can tell in the next video. The Most High is willing, and the Most High say the same. But I'm gonna say shalom, and I'm gonna cut this video, and I'm gonna leave it at the end of this chapter, and we're gonna go into the science more, the Most High willing, on the next video. Shalom.